Okay. Now, if you know anything about me and this podcast, we don't really like to touch politics. Politics, that's not really our wave. But sometimes something happens in the world of politics that's just like, we gotta talk about it. Like, what in the world is happening? So, in case you missed it, there was this rally that Trump had, and he unveiled these sneakers. As you can see, I'm holding. I don't know. I mean, I guess the best way to describe it, if you want a pair of high dunks, all gold, Trump got you. And I think there's a flag on the back of it. Really solidifying that patriotic wealth vibe. And he unveiled these at a rally. And if anyone's interested, the going retail price or the retail price was $400. Yeah, so it's the Trump sneakers, the Trump 11s. We thought these were going to be cheap. Yeah, so $400. And I guess they're I don't know if that's what they're called, but they might be called the Never Surrender high tops. I like that. Never surrender. I don't know if they actually had a title. I should probably
What
look
is
up
the
the.
context for that name? Where did it come from?
Oh, I don't want to get the politic territory. I'm trying to be funny here, but you do know that Trump. We do know that Trump is like currently facing a whole bunch of indictments, but he's still like running for president. So I think the theme is like, hey, even though they're trying to get me out of here and impeach me while I'm not even in office, well, I'm not surrendering. Wait, let me do a quick. Yeah, maybe I'll do this while we were talking, but I wonder if these things are on StockX. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, he had a little rally. I watched a clip. I watched a little clip of when he unveiled them when he brought them out, and I also watched a clip of him getting booed at that ring. I don't know if it was in connection with the actual sneakers, so I don't want to come in here and play that. But even outside of that, is that my fault or what's going on? Is even outside of that, Uh, it was interesting to see like the reception from people. Or I mean, obviously, most people just clowned it out of the park. Like, why would like this is like so to me, it's the first president probably or running president to try to sell people some sneakers. Are usually not really trying to you're not really trying to sell a product when you're running for president. You typically are trying to just gain people's support. Um, but Trump is Trump. Um, but it's interesting the way people are reacting to it. Again, most people are joking, but this one news contributor, news anchor, I don't know what exactly their position is, had an interesting take on this, and I wanted to hear y'all thoughts. Now I wanted to just play it, but maybe yeah, it must be me. It, yeah, it was just me. Sorry. So go ahead and play it. Let's see what the guy had to say.
Thing. I was on social media last night. Very interesting as you see black support eroding from Joe Biden. This is connecting with black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
Question for you on that point, though.
Yeah.
Will the people that are excited about the sneakers and excited about Donald Trump, will that translate into them going out and voting for Donald Trump?
Well, anybody willing to put $400 down for a pair of sneakers? Yeah, I think that's commitment and love.
I
It's
hope
something.
you're right.
It's something. It's affection. Even the sneaker thing. I was on.
You know, he said a lot of nonsense. I'll get to the shits. But one thing he said that was absolutely facts: the culture always wins. This is a facts. So yeah, just read a bit of it. Salute to Hollywood Unlocked. Salute to Jason Lee. Get a load of this. Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo has unveiled the secret weapon in Donald Trump's 2024 election campaign: sneakers. Yes, you heard it right, sneakers. During a recent segment on the Big Weekend Show, Arroyo boldly claimed the black voters would flock to Trump's in the next election, all thanks to the shiny high gold high top sneakers dubbed the Never Surrender high tops, complete with the American flag detailed on the back. These limited edition kicks have caused quite a stir after Trump recently promoted them at a SneakerCon in Philadelphia. Their reasoning: this is connecting with Black America because they love sneakers. Hey man, he's not wrong. He confidently stated, according to him, Trump's foray into the sneaker game is a game changer, especially in the inner city. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics, he declared, pun intended. So yeah, according to this brother, the reason why Trump is about to get that Black American support strong, it's about to be fierce, is because he got these sneakers, and we all know that black people love sneakers. I mean, come on, the proof's in the pudding.
You just feed into the stereotype, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, is it a stereotype if it's true?
Dog, bro.
But me aside, maybe he'll get my vote. I think a lot of people look at this and they do take it like, disrespectful, like a smack in the face. Like, you're reducing black and brown people down to our love and fascination for sneakers and clothing and things of that nature, fashion. How could you do that? So I guess simply, what do y'all make of this? Do y'all think that this is a complete arrogant, stereotypical sentiment that this person's saying, or do you think there is actually some truth to the fact that it's not surprising why would think that this could bring in a black and brown vote, because there's some truth to the communities and cultures' love of sneakers and things, and it could even attract them to vote for a person. What do you think, Ghost?
First of all, I mean, it's definitely racist what this dude's saying, and this is something like straight off of Boondocks episode. I will say, if it wasn't this racist dude saying this, there's an ounce, a tiny little ounce of truth to this, just from the aspect of if a politician put out some of those shoes that are like super ugly, but if he put out some heat, I mean, he'd see no matter where it's coming from. That being said, the fact that it's coming from this dude, it's again very racist because it's a super surface level analysis, quote unquote, of what makes black people tick, and he 100% does not have any black friends. I can just you already know that he doesn't really know black people. He's talking about the culture. He don't know the culture.
That's facts.
So I'm not gonna pay what he's saying any mind because it's coming from him specifically. But there is, again, just to speak on a broader level, I guess there's some element of truth to the fact that people, if you put something out that people connect with, be it materialistic or face level, whatever, it will prompt them to side with you in the realm of politics, which is pretty stupid, but it's kind of how people work in general. And I'm not just talking about black people, I'm just saying people in general. And like, if you were gonna vote for Trump before, you're one of the people that probably bought these sneakers, unless you're a reseller, and you're probably still gonna vote for him, and this isn't gonna change your mind either way. Unless you make again, they only dropped like I think 1,000 pairs of these, so there's 100% going to be a real resale market for them.
Limited edition.
And these shits are going to be marked. I already know they're going to be like over 1,000 easy. But if you make bank off of that, maybe then you'll become a Trump supporter because he, in a roundabout way, facilitated this. But yeah, no.
Well, doing some quick research, I did see somebody actually did buy a pair of them for 9,000. Oof. But realistically, realistically speaking, yes, and it's in the NY Times. Realistically speaking, I don't think like just because a shoe is a limited edition doesn't mean it's going to sell. But like, don't for every politician that's out there thinking about to drop a shoe that's gonna move. That's not the way it goes. But yeah, I think you're largely right. I think one of the bottom lines is if somebody was going to vote for them. Well, I guess going back to what the guy actually said, if somebody's gonna buy these sneakers, they're definitely voting for him. And if somebody was gonna vote for him, they probably would still vote for him regardless of whether they sold the sneaker or not. What do you think, Ace? Do you think this is pure ignorance, or do you think there is some level of validity to the fact that there is a certain culture out there that really does love sneakers? So you could put out product that could entice them to vote for somebody. You are
You're
on
on mute,
hella
by the
mute.
way.
My bad. Um, yeah, this is, I mean, this was just extremely cringe to hear. Um, the, I mean, I think in general, like Trump getting a black vote would come from him being like, or the perception that he's, you really only have two choices when it comes to voting. You can
Okay.
vote for all third party, whatever, but at the end of the day, they're not becoming president. Um, and so when you only have two choices, it's pretty much you're siding with kind of like the lesser of two evils. And in my I mean, I think Trump getting a black vote would majority come from, maybe like frustration with Biden's presidency compared to Trump 4 years ago now. So
Okay, political analyst.
yeah, I mean that's just based off like random stuff that I've heard. But um when you bring in this sneaker thing into it now, like I don't necessarily think people that think that way would be swayed to vote for Trump because he dropped a sneaker. Like I think it could be something where it's like, haha, he made a dope sneaker or whatever. Um we're going to vote for Trump. But uh, at the end of the day, I think it would come down to some type um of like thought about the presidency of Trump compared to the presidency of Biden, and who you whose presidency you were more in favor of. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this take is very extremely reductive, and it doesn't hold much water in my mind, if at all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess you're saying this. Are you saying this more so based off the specific like candidates, or do you think there is a world in which like a politician could put out some type of product that would sway a culture? Like, and I don't want to get bigoted. I don't want to get bigoted myself, but damn, I'm not gonna say nothing actually. Uh, I was gonna
Afraid of
say.
getting canceled?
I'm just talking. No, nobody listen. If like a politician put out some like their own brand of sombreros, would they get the six man?
Dog, bro, you sounded kind of like him right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm trying to think if there's something
Oh my God.
Uh,
if
what do
there's
you
something that
mean?
I would want that the politician could have a hand in
Yes,
developing.
yes. There we go. What if what if Joe Biden or what if Bernie? What's his name? Bernie Sanders, whatever his name is. I don't follow politics. What if he put out like his own pair of blades? Uh,
Exactly. Just thinking that.
or Obama put out the what was his slogan back then? We can change. Something about change.
Yeah, I've been trying to. I forgot, but it was like very catchy.
Yeah, so
Not that catchy, apparently.
it was good at this because the time. I don't even know what any of these guys' slogans or things is.
Well, "Make
Maybe
America
it's
Great Again" really pushed out like a lot of the
oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah. MAGA's not going nowhere. That thing's gonna yeah. He should have just called them to Make America Great Again. So I don't know why all this never surrender BS. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, so I mean, if we don't know anything about politics, well, maybe so if we don't know anything about politics, but if we're like conscious enough to know that this BS doesn't work, why would a grown ass politician try to dole out these things and trying to gain people's like support?
I don't know. Maybe they got some type of market research I don't know about, but it's just I don't think it works.
Yeah, I don't think
I
anybody
don't think
like
that's yeah. I don't think that's the impetus at the end of the day.
yeah. But we're also accounting for the fact that like, but I mean, it does go back to what I was saying. I think loyalty is like loyalty at the end of the day. Like,
Right.
I don't, yeah, I think you might be right. There might have been some research that shows like, hey, this group likes this thing, so let's go into that market. But at the end of the day, I think loyalty is what ties people to politics. Like, you can't just put like product and loyalty towards a certain party in the same basket. It doesn't work like that. At least from my understanding. Yeah, there might be one or two like people out there that are swayed by this type of thing. I definitely don't think a person like just in case anyone wasn't aware of this. I don't even talk about their race, but old politician doling out sneakers. That nobody thinks that they're more into tune with the culture. Like, but the answer probably is sooner. They looked at some market research. Hey, these people like sneakers. Let's get into that. These people like hip hop. Let's make a rap. Let's make a rap. Like all these things are just not one to one. But it is again another piece of news that makes you wonder what is going on in this era. Dang, is it going to be in his future history books? Like when they go over like what happened in 2024, and in this chapter, Trump doled out sneakers. I can't wait to see what the history books are going to look like when we have children. But I digress. If there's nothing else, we can move on to the next topic.